Hello viewers, welcome to another edition of War Robots Test Server. This is 2019 June 29th and 30th, version 5.2.0, package 636. And in this edition, it's a very interesting couple of robots. First of all, this is the Behemoth, 4 heavy weapons. It shapeshifts between 2 modes. It can, when it is in the support mode, it'll move, and it actually can repair allies amazingly. But that's the tier, so I think there's a mistake here in the description. I think this is not able to repair, and it's not additional move speed. It can move when it has 2 weapons. Okay, so when it has 2 weapons that are heavy, it can move. When it fires 4 weapons, it can't move. I think that's what they mean. I think there's a mistake here. This is the tier description. Alright, I've placed what I think could work, and that's for Chimera here. And it essentially is a great platform for the Chimera because when you're firing chimeras, you don't have to move around. Okay, you are susceptible to attacks, but you're not. It's not necessary to move around. I put 4 tridents on another one. The splash of the tridents has been nerfed in a couple months ago, and so therefore it's not as powerful as it used to be. Now this is the Avalanche. This is a new weapon. Okay, and it's being brought to the game already. It was in past test servers, and it's only got 500 meter range rather than 600, unlike the Tridents, but it has hopefully big splash, more damage. Okay, I put Shieldbreaker module on all these robots, and everything has just a basic nuclear reactor. Unfortunately, only the Fortifier is available. The Accelerator is not available in any seems for any robot. See, so I can't find the Accelerator anywhere here. It's not the active module, of course. It's a passive module, and it is not there at all. See, okay, so this is another interesting robot, and that is the Phantom. Essentially, it can teleport. It sets down a beacon someplace. It can go somewhere else on the map, and then later on it can return to that location where the beacon was placed. Okay, so very interesting. So essentially it's a teleporting. I knew that teleporting would come eventually, and here it is. Alright, I placed Punishers on it and the Shieldbreaker module. And then lastly, we have Bulwark with Avalanche, but that's not the interesting part. In addition to the Shieldbreaker, we have the Fortifier. Alright, and so the Fortifier, what it does is it increases the physical shield durability, which the Bulwark has, and increases that by 25%. The Aegis, or energy shield, increased by 18%. And the shield regeneration rate is 20%. Alright, so they've increased the physical shield durability, it seems, by a higher amount, and then Aegis shield is 18, shield regeneration rate went from 18 to 20. Right, now what concerns me most is the Shieldbreaker. The damage, they say, is 0.75%, duration of 5 seconds, cooldown at 26 seconds. I think this is good, and that doesn't break the shield completely. But with absorber shields, though, there is no percentage, so it breaks it completely at 100%. Alright, whereas the Aegis shield damage and the energy shield damage is a much smaller amount over a 5-second period. So that's great, because otherwise it would have ruined the energy shield and Aegis shield robots. So let's get started, get into a game. I hope you and everyone else will give feedback and tell Pixonic that the Shieldbreaker is a bad idea. It doesn't really fix the Ares, And if you don't have this module, if you don't have power cells to spend, or you have power cells but you've chosen a different module like anti-stealth, it won't be helpful. So I think the Ares should have a shield that protects only itself, so that we don't have stacked Ares being invulnerable. 3 Ares will be invulnerable when they rotate shields. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a beacon here. See, you see a little beacon? It's green. Now how it will happen is that it will return to that beacon, I believe. So you see a little trail behind it. So let me just activate it again. Okay, and it returns to where it placed the beacon, a beacon for itself. It doesn't apply to other robots, okay? So only it can use it. So let's try that again. Okay, let's place a beacon right there. And let's see what happens when we don't hit the ability button again. Okay, so when the ability button is not depressed, let's see what happens. Yeah, see, so I don't return. So I could put a new beacon down. Let's say I put a new beacon right here. And I guess it'll just instantly return. Oh, now I don't see any shields that I can use a Shieldbreaker on. Put a beacon down here. Okay, let's use the Shieldbreaker on this. Okay, see, so I've teleported back. I'm gonna see if I can put a beacon down here. Oh, I guess I don't have to because someone's fallen in the river. We'll play rather aggressively so I can go through all the robots. There's some with a nasty name there. Put down a beacon here near this beacon. And when I'm in trouble, I will teleport back. Okay, so I'm going to use a Shieldbreaker on this robot. Okay. So hopefully that attacks the physical shield. Okay, good. Now, let's try something else. Let's try the Chimera. Now look at how it's got 2 weapons. It's moving around. And then when I am not moving, okay, now I have all 4 weapons. Here we go. So that's a lot of Chimera. Yeah, it does a lot of damage with Chimeras. Right, very effective. Okay, now let's change to something else. Okay, let's change to. So we got 2 weapons. You can see I can fire 2 weapons, and then when I change to 4 weapons, I won't be able to move. But I gotta get within 500 meters, so it's moving fairly slowly. Okay. Wow, that is a lot of firepower. That is incredible. But I'm unable to move. It's like the Raijin. And the Raijin gets an extra 30% bonus when it's not moving. Now I should be able to try the Shieldbreaker. Okay, I'm going to try the Shieldbreaker on this. Double kill. Fortunately died before that worked. I'll try the Aegis Shieldbreaker once it's down in cooldown. This is amazing that there's so much firepower. still. Now let's try the behemoth with tridents. Now unfortunately there's not as much splash as there used to be in the tridents since it was nerfed with reduced splash from 19 meters to 12 meters, I believe. Now it's somewhat slow, so it takes considerable time for it to close in on the enemy. So playing something like Thunders is probably not a good idea because you gotta close in fast. Oh, I don't lost line of sight. Here we go. Oh, I lost line of sight again. Oh, one round didn't get. There we go. It's a lot of firepower. That's amazing. So way more than a Bulwarks 2 and or Furies 3, but you don't get to move while you're firing. Oh, not much splash. That is an incredible amount of firepower. And there's no defense. It's all offense. Not much defense here. Okay, now let's just change over to this bulwark and see this fortifier. Now you see that the shield is increased. The fortifier increases the physical shield, and then the regeneration rate goes up, and the Aegis shield is up by 18%. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this test server, and again, thank you very much for being the audience.